I wanted to do a quick sort of video that will help me to document how this 3-point hitch is hooked up, because I am about to take it off. First, the eye match. I'm not going to take anything off regarding it. I'm just going to take off everything up there. So I'm going to take everything up there on the tractor. So I'm just going to take everything off from up there. And that would include this here and that there. Okay. And it will include that pin there, right? And it will include that pin there. Okay. And it's going to include the pin here on the inside. Now if I lift this up, you'll get a better view of that pin right there that I'm talking about. So that pin right there. In fact, I might be able to get away with just taking out that pin there, that pin there, and then pulling these pins out, pulling it out, right? And then taking off, well, I'm just going to start taking it apart. Here goes. I'm going to start, I think, with the bottom, with these guys here. Okay, so, taking off this pin here, and the same with that side. I've taken the pins out from, ouch, taking the pins out from there and there. Now I'm going to take these two pins out from up here. And look at these pins. John Deere has all these fancy pins. I gotta kind of lift that up and then pull it from over here. I'm gonna go grab myself a little pair of pliers and put my gloves on. Okay, I've got those two pins out. They went there. Now I'm going to take this big one out, and it's got that big pin right there. Okay, now take that pin out from here. Alright, so I've got the eye match 3-point hitch along with the bars. Basically, that whole assembly is off now. And so the back of the machine now looks like that. Yeah, I pulled the trigger on this little backhoe. A little backhoe with a great big price. Yeah, that wasn't too bad, I guess. But that is really going to come in handy for me, I can tell you. So many things that I need to do. I've got trenches that I can dig for sprinkling systems. I've got a whole sprinkling system in my backyard. That has never been Never had any automatic sprinklers put in it. It was always flood irrigated, and I'd love to put in a sprinkling system back there. All along the canal in my backyard, it constantly needs cleaning, and that thing right there is going to do the job. Also, the other thing I need it for is digging a trench right back over here that goes to this light. I need to, when that wall back there comes out, I'm going to have to dig a trench to put the electricity going to the light in. And I also have to dig a hole where some underground piping collapsed on some irrigation water. And I need to dig down to it. It's like 4 feet down, and dig all around it and replace some pipe that had caved in. It was older pipe, the kind that was made out of ceramic. So that's another thing I need to do. So let me, but the first thing that I need to do is I'm going to go back to a little area where next year I'm going to be putting a garden, and it's all grown over with fireweed and all other kinds of junk. And I want to go back there and play with this thing and dig up some of those small, some of that fireweed. I don't know if you know what fireweed is. I call this fireweed, but it's really thick, almost tree-like weeds. They can grow to be as big around as, maybe 2 fingers at the base if you let them go long enough, and they can grow to be, taller than corn. And right now they're only about halfway grown, so it's a perfect time for me to go out there and test this thing out. So I'm going to put the bucket on the front, and then we'll go over there. By the way, I'll give a review of that thing later on, but I just wanted to let you know, you can actually have the mower deck on when the backhoe is on. So, and you can have it on when the front bucket is on. But I've got it off now because I'm going to be in some rough terrain, and I don't want to, just have that on. I'm always worried about going over some low spot and sort of, damaging the blades or something, right? So anyway, I've got that off. I've got the deck off. All right, here goes the first dig. Yeah, so I'm basically just going to play around a little bit, get used to this thing. I've got the motor rather low, and I'm just going to try to do things kind of slowly. You can see this weedy area here, and I'm basically going to do some weeding. Let me go out a little further. Get used to that. I'm just going to dig and dump right in place. So all I really want to do is get these weeds out. I gotta get used to remembering which is the curl and which isn't. There we go, that's the curl.